Confirmation of proper notice.
No, posted on the first, according to statutory requirements.
Roll call. Okay.
Hey, for the record, I don't think we have to call everybody because there's a heavy number of names. Hi,
Yep.
Jeff. Jeff Weaver has joined us from staff.
Yep.
But for the record, I have recorded. Just joined us.
Please. Did somebody join us?
Yeah, I'll admit them.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, could you tell us who you are and what unit you're from?
Yes, my name is Gary Staples, and I'm calling from Unit 322 Springdale.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great.
All right. Do I have a motion to accept the approval of minutes of August 18th, 2021?
I make a motion to be accepted.
Second?
I second.
Okay.
One.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
The minutes are accepted, August 18th, 2021. I just got back after being gone for a long time, and needless to say, thanks to John, Jeff, and the crew, things are looking great still. And I'm glad to get back in the swing of things. And we'll have some comments as far as new business and old business. And I just have to say that, everything is going smoothly, and you'll see, if you get on the committee, when somebody's on the committee, it's like Alan or whatever, they represent their village.
Okay.
So if somebody has a landscape problem, if they don't call John or call me, they can go to that person.
All right.
That way everybody gets involved.
And they're neighbors of Alan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, the more people that are involved in the landscaping,
Mhm.
the more they'll know what's going on.
Yeah.
And they're not, so I have to, what's this, what's that? Say,
Yeah.
the more people know, the happier they are.
Absolutely.
So that's my,
Yeah.
okay, Jeff, your report?
Not, included September's report, which really didn't have a lot going on.
You might want to speak up. Jack. Can you hear Jeff?
Can you hear me? I can use my soccer voice if you want. I included,
Hello, can you hear Jeff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
I included September's report along with the report from West Bay in the October report. We did a little bit of a planting, 412 on the side. I got a sable palm from a wild area. I'm sorry. I got a sable palm from a wild area and planted it on the side of 412 where a tree went down. In front of 658, we put in a vine allemande at no charge to the association. We put a shaded lady in front of 344. And we planted 420 impatiens in all the flower boxes on the property. Your remaining balance as far as plant cost goes is $5,036.87. And for the month of October, you had 12.9 inches of rain.
Thank you, Jeff. Going back to the boxes, we came probably 3 years ago. We had the idea to put the boxes in. And we've been going back and forth ever since then. Some of them will look great, some of them will
Yeah.
die, and they.
We walk all the time, so I noticed.
So we found out that the impatiens are really hardy. So we're going with them for now, because we had geraniums and others, and they just didn't take the sun. They didn't work good in the ground. They're great. Hmm? Oh, yeah, that was John's idea.
They were great.
Yeah. And
We'll help you do that again.
that's, yeah. So
I'm afraid we can't hear the other people in the room.
Oh,
I don't know why this microphone's not working all of a sudden. Let's see if, no, this side doesn't take, let's see.
We could hear Jeff fine, but when the people in the audience or whatever speak, we could tell they were speaking, but we couldn't make out what they were saying.
Well, that's what maybe I thought it was my.
Very strange. Okay. Sure. Well, I don't think I can hear you.
They can't hear. All right. Yeah. So where was I? Oh, the impatience. So that's why there's so many impatients. And Ed, who is going around with a portable watering system and watering them when they need it. So let's hope they work, you know. And
He's got a big watering can today.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
in good shape today, yes. And that was probably all I had. Information. Okay, Jeff. Go on.
If I may, Peter, since
Yeah,
Jeff brought up the amount of money in the budget.
Yeah, right.
This past year, we had the $12,000 in the replanting. And it was every intention to use it, but with the building, the projects completed over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I really didn't need it.
Please speak up. We
can't
can't hear you. We
Yeah,
can't
you
hear
need,
you.
you know, John, you've got to be more in front of the computer, I guess.
Okay,
There you go.
really at lost why this microphone's not working all of a sudden, but like I said, we're within budget this year, and that's primarily because of the 3-year project that we went through, where this year turned into a fill-out year. So the plans went very well within the budget, and the grounds budget is really the the best budget we have in this fiscal year, because we have some surplus in that where we really need it to offset some of the other expenses.
Right. Yep.
John, let me ask a question if I can. Does it appear we're gonna, what are you gonna have in our current year's budget? Are we gonna have anything left over?
The answer is yes, Paul. The answer is yes. Somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $12,000. The issue is that because of unforeseen building expenses, we've exceeded that budget by more than 25,000. So anything we can save in the landscape budget without being without hurting the aesthetics of the community, we're going to try to save this year.
You said we've got 12,000 left over from last year's grounds budget.
Very close to that. Yes, sir.
You know, that appears to me, if I'm looking at this coming year's budget, that's more than we are even dedicated for this coming year. So I sort of wonder if we're really using our grounds budget appropriately. Are we? What brings this to my attention? I was looking at the budget, and it came to my attention that, you know, we had this storm and so forth, and it cost us $95,000 to do all the cleanup and so forth. But nowhere in our comments do you see where we're doing anything to refurbish, say, trees and various things that were taken out of here. So as I say, we cleaned up $95,000 worth of trees and so forth. But what did we do later on to dedicate it? It appears to me we did zero.
Well, Paul, with all due respect, if you were to go to the 14 areas where the large banyans came down, they're all been completely replanted with trees that people have been very complimentary on. We've got fishtail palms that are almost 18 feet tall in those places. And we've planted 46 trees this year. So maybe, you know, with all due respect, you're not getting quite around as much as you used to, but I'll be happy to take you in the cart and show you exactly where we filled in.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You know, John, I'll tell you what I make a lot of my reference to as I go along, and I've still got a pretty good memory, you know, we see stumps here, there, and so forth, but I see nothing replanted anywhere near them. And I know you guys do a good job and so on and so forth, but I sometimes think that I think nature probably bypasses us by great ways. But that's just my opinion. So good. But thank you for the information on the budget. Good.
What kind of trees other than palm?
Thank you.
We've been planting shady ladies. We've been planting magnolias. We've been planting fishtail palms.
Well, boy,
And-
I'm really interested in those shady ladies.
Yeah, Paul, you have to stand in line, Paul.
All right, guys.
Okay, we, as far as, new, areas and requests,
Look at the microphone, Pete.
microphone, I'm here.
There
Can you
go.
hear me now?
Now.
All right,
Better.
all right. By pool 7, the plant bed, we're gonna have to redo that. It looks kind of sparse. We're gonna figure out what we gotta put there to liven it up somewhat right on that corner. Cause it gets a lot of sun there and it needs a lot of water or plants that'll tolerate the heat.
The county extension agent can help you make that kind of a selection.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We utilize their books all the time.
Over the years, I've been back and forth with them a lot, quite a bit.
They're a great resource.
You got that right. let's see, planting. 160. 161 through 65, we removed the grass in front. It's a area maybe 12 inches wide, and it's all sand. The turf doesn't, we tried to water it, it didn't take. So our idea, and run it by everybody, is to take that and put a lower bushes in front of the other plantings, so we have like a tier effect. And the sprinkler is still there to water the bushes in front, the smaller ones. And it'll be a lot easier and a lot less work. The surf just is, turf isn't taking there at all. We tried it like 5 or 6 times and it just turns to sand every time. So I'd like anybody's comments on that.
I might ask you a question relating to it. From your experience, Pete, would resodding the area be beneficial?
A what?
Resodding.
Resod? No, that's what I'm talking about, Paul. Like we danced that way before a couple of times and it wound up turning to sand every time. It's just for some reason it's not taking it all there.
Okay, thank you.
Has a tendency to get weedy, and also it's kind of small.
Can't hear.
And here,
It has a tendency to get weedy, and also
So it's a small area that it's hard to mow when it's grass. And so the owners there were part of the proposal here, and they're going to be very satisfied what we've planned to do. And also that area has just been totally dug up by the work with the ground strap replacement that is finished in that area. So it's perfect timing to fill it in.
Over the years, since John and I have been doing this, we found out that like we did with the plantings, we did one fell swoop, and now we're just replacing stuff here and there. My mindset is, when you have a problem like this, you look for an answer that's going to be permanent. I don't want to go back and put turf in there again. Oh, that looks beautiful. And then 3 or 4 months from now, we're back in the same boat. I like to do something, fix it, make it look good, and stay that way. So that's my mindset as far as that goes. So, so does everybody have their approval to do that?
I make a move that, Pete, I make a move that your judgment be accepted.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Alan? Okay. All right. The side of. All right, we had that request from 322, right?
Yes.
All right.
Here.
There was a request from 322 that as they look out onto out there back air, Lanai, they see pedestrians and they see cars go by, which,
Yeah, hi. I mean, this is 322. May I make a statement, please?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, so really, you guys have planted some areca palms in the space that was there in front of our lanai, and there, it's wonderful. You know, it really blocks the traffic and people walking by. But the issue was actually our living room window in the evenings. You know, there's another space of about 4 feet. If they could put a couple more palms in there or some type of planting, that, you know, we have to close our shades at, you know, as soon as dusk, because you can literally see right through. And when the cars are turning off Spring Lakes, literally shines right through our whole living room area. So
When you're,
the ones that are in there are great now, and I'm just thinking another 2 would really make a big difference to us.
that's so when you're sitting on your lanai, you're talking about to the left.
Yes, no,
Okay.
no. When I'm in the lanai, to the right,
The right?
there's a
Okay,
space.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. There's the 2 palm trees, and then there's a space of about 4 or 5 feet that they mow through there, but they could easily go around that. If they could put a couple more of those arecas or some type of planting in there, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. That just stops that. And if anybody goes down Wildwood Springs Boulevard at the 4 corners there, if they just look, if they're going towards Cortez and they look to the left, they can just see our living room window, and that would just block that. We wouldn't have to close the shutters as soon as it got dark out here.
So if we agree to put a couple of more palms in that area, would that be good?
Yeah, that would be fine. You know, as I said, that really made a big difference
Mm.
to the Lanai area, and then we realized that it's just, you know, as you know, anybody can see as they walk by or drive by, and that would really make a big difference. But my request is going to be this, really. They put some in there, and it took about 18 months for them to really grow to the point that they really made a difference. And I don't know if they put 6 feet in there or 4-foot ones in there, but we would be happy to make up the difference between, let's say, the 4-footers and the 8-footers. And if we had 2 of those put in, and the cost was an extra $100, we would be more than happy to absorb that so we could get immediate relief.
All right, how's it sound that if we get a 20 gallon, which will give you an 8-foot palm, and we'll see what the price is?
2.
Huh? Excuse me?
I think we would need 2.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And then you say the difference of the cost between what we'd normally get a small one, then you'd split it with us.
I would be happy to do that, yes.
Okay, all right. The only reason I'm saying that is because, you know, the budget's tight, but, all right, so.
I understand, and I'm more than willing to do that, because, you know, that would give us immediate relief, certainly by the end of the season, you know, and it would make a big difference, and I would be happy to make up the difference. Yes, I would.
All right, so I have a motion to request from Unit 322 to put in 2 8-foot palms, and the owner will split the difference on the cost of the smaller ones that we normally use. Do I have a motion to accept that?
Motion.
Alan accepts the motion. Second? Second?
I'll second it.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
great.
So that's set. So we'll start working on that right away for you, okay?
Yeah, that's great. I'll see Jeff, I'll talk to him and kind of give him a general idea of what I think would work, you know, but those 2 palms would be good.
Okay, all right.
Okay? Thank you very much.
Jeff will see you. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
And now,
Thank you.
I think that's all the requests we had. That was all the requests we had. This. What? Oh, she wanted to.
Hibiscus that were pulled out.
Yeah. Remember, we saw the one was broke. We're gonna replace that
Yeah.
anyway, right? That's,
So I don't
Yeah.
think that it needs to be.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah,
that's
well,
just a general replacement.
that's just a fill-in, that's right, yeah. All right, the next thing, schedule a mulch up application.
Okay, mulch is in the budget. Haven't done it yet because we've actually had people on vacation and things of that nature. I presume we want to follow through. I just want to get the committee's authorization to expend the money that's in the budget. And we'd like to get it done as early as possible now before the holidays.
All right. So what we're talking about is we want a motion by the committee members to schedule the mulch application with a cost of $15,000,
Not to exceed, yeah.
not to exceed $15,000 as soon as possible. Do I have a motion?
Are you doing the fronts or the backs?
Fronts and common areas. Common areas first and as much fronts as we can do.
What
Thank you.
color mulch?
Same color as last year, the dark one, because.
Can't hear you.
The dark mulch, just like last year, because it lasts longer. It's a better mulch. It keeps the weeds down and keeps the moisture in the plants.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I make a motion that we go ahead with the mulch.
Okay.
Not to exceed 15,000.
Okay, George. Second? Second, Alan. All right.
And for the record, we got away with about 11 last year, so we'll see what we need.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments from the committee members?
Yes.
Okay.
If you would, Peter, take a look. I believe it's 583, where George and Joan Evans live. It's where the big oak tree is with the triangle that we've been trying to plant some things in that triangle. But to the right of the Evans's walkway, it's pretty sparse. It looks like several bushes have been either taken out of there or it just doesn't look very good. It's underneath a stairway and it needs work. It needs some help.
So under the stairs, okay.
I will take a look at that.
And then I think in behind Gene Fonseca's here, I think behind Gene's, there's some stuff that died. Right, Gene?
We did have stuff that died, and it died because we weren't down watering. When we're there and we see it, we'll water it, but the sprinklers were not working. I did see them working just before we left to come back up.
Yeah, we had an issue where when the lightning hit that system back there, we didn't realize the extent of the solenoid damage. And we actually had to go out and spend almost $400 on solenoids for that entire system and just recently installed. But you're right, the plants behind your wall out there have suffered really worse than anything else.
Does that explain the situation?
Yes, but I don't know how well they're doing, if they're coming back. I'm not down there right now.
They are coming. They are slowly coming back. That we might have to put 2 or 3 in, but for the most part, they're growing.
Okay.
Yes, for committee.
Committee comment.
Any other committee
Any other comment?
Yeah, I have a couple of things I want to address relating to cluster I. Unit 329 in front of, there's a space of where we've taken out a hibiscus some time ago. And that needs one hibiscus to replace that would really improve the front area. Now over on 335, you've got a nice hedge of the Exora. Some time ago, you put in a replacement. However, since then it's died out and you still got that one open place. I don't know if you can get an Exora of any size or not. I know nothing about them, but that's a pretty hedge there. And we need a little bit of improvement there. Now, the association, your grounds guys did a good job on the breezeway leading from the parking lot to the pool. That's been a real pain for months getting that cleaned up. And maybe it'd be well to take a little attention to other breezeways and see what they, I used to think they could the ground guys thought that was a sacred area or something because they just seemed to evade it every time they came through clean. So it might be a good idea to take a look at it. Last but not least is pool number 3, right near the jacuzzi. We've got a real void there of shrub. During a period of time now, we probably lost up to, I'm going to say 5 or 6 hibiscus there. Now, that area is pretty void. Somebody take a look at it and see if we can't improve the appearance of it. That would be a real asset. Thank you. That's all I've got.
Okay, Paul. Any other committee comments?
Peter, if I might, one more thing. Nancy Arnold told us that we took out 2 carrot woods along that back wall. One right behind Nancy, one behind the unit next to her. And we just replaced it with dracaenas or short stuff. It's made Nancy's courtyard much less usable. And so I think that we ought to at least investigate putting some trees in where those 2 trees were taken out.
You know where they are?
I know.
Oh, you do? Okay, all right. John said he knows where it is. We'll take a look at that. Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about the alleyway wall behind her, right?
Yeah. They were pretty good sized carrot woods, but they did provide quite a bit of shade for her courtyard. And now she doesn't have that, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, those carrot woods were part of that removal because of the trimming costs every year.
Right, I understood that.
Okay, we'll check that. Good. All right. Any other comments?
Yes, I just wanted to say Jeff and the crew did a good job on the flower boxes. And I also wanted to thank the committee and Jeff and everybody for putting the palm trees back into palm tree. They look great. They've actually grown quite a bit in just a short time. They look great. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, good. Any other committee comments for us? No? Okay. We have a couple of owners here. Any comments?
No.
Anything we can clarify for you?
We've been here full time since March. Yeah,
What do you learn?
yeah, and it's beautiful as far as I'm concerned.
Good. All right. And
We thank you for coming.
thank you for coming. And also, anytime you want to join the committee, just let John or I know. And
I
yeah,
mean, I've never done anything like this before, but it would be interesting.
yeah. Because like I said, the more people that are involved, the better, then you don't get, when's this going to be done? When's that going to be done? If the information gets out, everybody's happy. They know when something's going to happen.
Yep.
That's my theory. Keep more people that are involved, the better off we get. So you're more than welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Pete,
Yeah.
as long as we're talking about replacing carrot woods, years ago, they took out a huge carrot wood behind my unit and my neighbors right between, which also gave a lot of shade. We have none of that anymore. I just didn't realize they would replace them. But if we are going to do that, then I would request also replacing the one they took out back here because we have no shade back here at all. So if that's a possibility, if you could look into that, I think my neighbor and I would really appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Yeah, we put up some shady ladies in those areas behind the walls that people have found to be very beneficial, and they're fairly reasonable in price, around 125, right, Jeff?
Yes.
And they grow pretty quickly, so yes, we could do that in that area.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do that. Yep.
Paul likes those shady ladies.
Yeah. And we'll do it for Paul.
Yeah, sure. Any other comments from anyone?
Thank you.
We like trees.
All right, any more comments? Jeff, anything? Next, Alan? No? Okay, we'll, yeah, sure. December? All right, the third Wednesday in December will be the next meeting. 15th?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Yep. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, guess I'll have to make that motion.
Okay. Alan makes a motion, a second motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay. All
Thank
right,
you all. Thank you.
so we'll see you all again in December, and we're always here to get a hold of us anytime you want.
Thank you all.
Like,
Bye-bye. Happy Thanksgiving.